make a game where, like, it's a Call of Duty game where you run around, you shoot people, you do this, you do that, there's campaigns, and if you shoot one guy, it can have a certain effect on the rest of the actual game.
Yeah.
So he said to me, I have an example. There was two guys. One guy was going to threaten to kill the other, and you have the choice either to let this first guy kill this guy who he was threatening, or save him. And then he said halfway through the game, you either got to fight the guy who you saved, or fight the guy who killed the guy he was trying to save, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he made it sound really, really good story.
He only made it sound like a good story. It's not actually a good story.
No, he actually made how he said it out. I can't remember what he said exactly, but how he said it, how he was thinking of all these ideas. Like he spent like months and months thinking of a game like that before. It was just weird, but really, really good. Jord?
So the game continuously progresses, but it changes through the decisions you make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with Minecraft, every time I like send out an update, it'll add like a little bit to the storyline. Then they can choose where they want to go from there.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I like games like that though. If you do something different, then something different will happen.
So like Heavy Rain.
Wait, what?
Like.
Yeah, it's like Heavy Rain and Grand Theft Auto 4.
Nice.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4 is. Grand Theft Auto 4 done that. It's like you right at the beginning you got to choose either to save this guy or kill him. If you kill him, then something like weird and strange will happen. If you save him, something different will happen. Hold on a second.
Ring ring. Ring ring.
But yeah, I mean, like, how would your story start, Jordan?
Well, I'm not too sure if this is like literally copying Dead Space in a way. Due to the fact you're an engineer going on to like, well, obviously you're not going on to Ishimura, but you're going on to a planet. But yeah, I haven't really thought about how the game starts.
Yeah, but you have billions of different ideas how you can start a game. I've literally thought all this through, and I'm not saying that I'm stealing off Skyrim or anything, because I won't be. Because the amount of games that do this, I'm planning to make. You start off in a jail cell, basically.
Yeah.
And you're sat there and you wake up and stuff, and there's some guards. You go to the guards and they tell you to basically sit back down, like in your jail cell. They'll tell you to sit back down because you start screaming or something. And all of a sudden you'll see like the ground shake, and one of the guards will run by, and they'll run up the steps because you're like the jail cell closer to the steps. All of a sudden you see one of the guards fly back down and die, and they land right next to your jail cell.
Boss Rhoda.
And you like grab hold of them. You grab the keys and stuff, like, because they're the guy with the keys. Grab the keys. You unlock yourself and run out.
Yeah.
And it's gonna go from there. I'm gonna have soldiers and guard dogs and stuff that are trying to kill you. And you start off basically by taking this guard who died like next to your cell. You take his sword and you walk around and you start training a bit. And you've got to be like level 5 before you carry on or something. And I'm gonna make it so there's going to be a story about there was this dragon with this evil guy. I don't know who he is there, I haven't made that up, but there's going to be some evil guy riding this dragon. This massive city is burning down. You fight until at level 10 and then you collapse because you're weak. You've been in jail cell with no food for ages. You collapse. You wake up a few days later inside this old woman's cottage just outside the village. The village is burnt to shit. She said she found you, and then as you're escaping her house, you like sort of fall to the floor where someone's trying to like contact you through their head. They're just like trying to contact you through the mind. And I'm gonna say it like, your path has now been chosen. You got to do this, and then you got to go do this, and then you got to go find these, and so on. You just go through that. And I'm gonna have 13 different bosses. Which by I mean, there's going to be a boss of the sea, there's going to be a boss of the mountains, boss of the underground, boss of the earth, boss of the hells, boss of the heavens, all that lot. And you've got to go around killing these 13 bosses. Each thing drops a magical item, which then lets you go kill the final boss. And you got to fight a dragon, but you've got to get a team together, and you've got to get friends and stuff that'll actually help you.
What, you mean real people?
Yeah.
Is it a multiplayer based game or?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a game like World of Warcraft, basically massive online, walking around RPG sort of thing, MMORPG. And that's gonna be my basic story. But how you're gonna choose the class is this girl's gonna tell you the story, and she says, "Now I could give you some certain abilities. What would you like?" And you go, "Can I'll choose to be a thief," and you'll get thief skills, thief weapons, thief armor, all that lot. Only for a thief. If you choose mage, you get mage weapons, spells, all that lot. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's going to basically carry on from there, and then whatever you do is your decision. You can run around, run up mountains if you like, fly about, or do whatever the fuck you like. Like,
sounds cool.
But thing is, that's going to take ages to build. But it's like Jordan's game. Jordan wanted a DayZ kind of game. You could have billions of ideas from that. You could have like, you could start off with the picture of the Earth in half or something. And you're on the you start off in some different planet or something, and you said you've just escaped Earth as Earth has been blown apart, massive nuclear war. Then you get onto this planet and there's a disease and it's killed half your crew members or something, or half of the survivors. Or you could just do billions of different ideas. The amount of ideas you can find nowadays is unbelievable, and the amount of games. So, Taylor, what would if you're trying to make like a futuristic game, would you have flying cars, floating buildings? What would you have to make it futuristic?
No, I want it to be like not too far in the future. That's not like completely like out there, but far enough in the future so it looks cool. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah. I sort of mean where you're like coming from there. So you want it like in the future, but not too far ahead that you get too far ahead of yourself.
So I don't want it like too far so people can say, "Oh, well, why haven't you got like flying cars and like dinosaurs that fly and all that?"
Well, you can just listen to this.
Yeah.
Same with you, Jordan. Like, if you was going to live on this other planet, what would this planet be like? Would you start off as the planet already wrecked, or a completely clean new planet, or what sort of thing would you start off on this planet?
Well, I want it so like the Earth's resources have run out, so obviously we've had to look elsewhere for a different planet, and
Oh yeah.
let's just say the Earth's sort of water's dried up, and obviously did you hear about that Mars might have like water on it?
Oh yeah.
So like we fled to Mars and sort of like started life there.
Oh, fair enough. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Just to run away. But how would you make your game seem? If it's all about a game where you just have to run away and you have to try and get to a different planet where you've got to get more resources, how will it be like Dead Space? What would be on that planet that would want to kill you?
This is a part when I basically said necromorphs, but that's just copying.
What would make, like, the monsters in my game will be the general gist of it, aka I'll have zombies, skeletons, goblins, demon horses. I'll just make a load of monsters and just chuck them in, basically. But and same as Taylor. Taylor doesn't have any monsters, does he? He just has the future to work on. But I guess he could have thugs and thieves which try and steal technology and so on, so Taylor would have to deal with them. But what would make... like, necromorphs? What are necromorphs in Dead Space?
Basically, necromorphs are like... they are humans, but...
yeah,
it's hard to explain.
Yeah, they're like humans that have evolved and gone wrong and diseased and so on.
The markers.
Yeah, basically. But what would... you'd have monsters on your game, wouldn't you? Yeah. Now, where would they have come from?
Maybe it's like an unknown species, like you don't know what they are.
So it'd be like an alien.
Idea.
So it'd be like an alien type race.
Yeah. So just an invasion.
Just some type on this random planet.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Maybe there's something on Mars that they want which you don't know about, which the government's hiding somewhere.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. I guess you can just. I mean, the amount of monsters I could add in, I'd need to add in a shit ton of monsters. Because if I'm going to each each country in the planet, then it would take quite a lot of time to build, but it would take quite a lot of time to code monsters and stuff. So just say if I wanted, I mean, give me 3 monsters that you could find in the desert, just a random just.
Sandworms.
Do you find sandworms, massive sandworms, or mini ones, or whatever? Yeah.
Large ones.
They can be normal creatures as well. I could have a vulture in there or something. It can be normal monsters as long as you know they're like sort of evil, hostile sort of monsters. So like I could have alligators, crocodiles. I could have I guess I could have like rhinos and stuff if I could make them evil. Or I could have wolves and hyenas. I could have stuff.
I don't know what else.
What could you have in the desert? I guess I could have vultures.